Direction. Find the following indicators carefully. Put a check on the column that corresponds to your observation. Objectives number 1. Is the sensitivity of the sensor on the product highly effective?
Highly effective if the product went off after the laser beam disturbance within 1 second or below. Effective if the product went off after the laser beam disturbance within 2 to 5 seconds. Slightly effective if the product went off after the laser beam disturbance within 6 to 10 seconds. Not effective if the product went off after the laser beam disturbance within 11 seconds or above. When we say went off, it means to start sounding. So therefore, our product is highly effective when it took 1 second or below for it to activate or start sounding. Now, let's test whether the sensitivity of the sensor of our product is highly effective. Based on your observation, was the sensitivity of the sensor of our product highly effective?
Objective number 2. Is the distance of the sensor on the product highly effective?
Highly effective if the product went off after the laser beam disturbance within 3 meters distance or above. Effective if the product went off after the laser beam disturbance within 2.5 to 2.9 meters distance. Slightly effective if the product went off after the laser beam disturbance within 2 to 2.4 meters distance. Not effective if the product went off after the laser beam disturbance within 1.9 meters distance or below. Again, when we say went off, it means to start sounding. So therefore, our product is highly effective when it went off within 3 meters distance or above. Now, let's test whether the distance of the sensor on the product is highly effective. Based on your observation, was the distance of the sensor on the product highly effective?
Objective number 3. Is the synchronicity of the sensor on the product in terms of light and buzzer highly effective?
Highly effective if the light and the buzzer went off after the laser beam disturbance at the same time. Effective if it took 1 to 2 seconds delay for either the light or the buzzer to went off after the laser beam disturbance. Slightly effective if it took 3 to 5 seconds delay for either the light or the buzzer to went off after the laser beam disturbance. Not effective if it took more than 6 seconds delay for either the light or the buzzer to went off after the laser beam disturbance. We can say that the sensor of our product is highly synchronized when both the light and buzzer activated at the same time after the product went off. Now, let's test whether the synchronicity of the sensor on the product is highly effective in terms of light and buzzer. Based on your observation, was the synchronicity of the sensor on the product highly effective?
Objective number 4. Overall, is the sensor of the product highly effective?
Highly effective if 3 out of 3 questions are marked highly effective. Effective if 2 out of 3 questions are marked highly effective. Slightly effective if 1 out of 3 questions are marked highly effective. Not effective if 0 out of 3 questions are marked highly effective. We can say that the sensor of our product is highly effective if 3 out of 3 questions were marked highly effective. Based on your observation, was the sensor of our product highly effective?